Britain finds itself in a chokehold with bottlenecks, leaving it unable to update its infrastructure to a modern standard. The time it takes now to secure planning permission for major infrastructure has almost doubled over the past decade. This has real-world consequences: higher bills, longer commutes, increased water shortages and flooding. I could go on. It is essential that we recapture that Victorian and post-war sense of purpose which symbolised progress and possibility, and ultimately delivered improvements to people's everyday lives. The kind of get up and go that made the Derwent Valley the home of the Industrial Revolution, using the power of rivers to drive the mills in places like Belper and Milford. Cheap, renewable energy almost 2 centuries before it was fashionable. If we want to see this country continue to punch above its weight, we must resolve this delay and frustration, because failure to do so will literally mean we cannot keep the lights on. And bearing that in mind, in the short time limits that we've got, I want to focus my contributions here on the bits that relate to energy. There are measures in the bill which will bring a much welcome boost to EV charging infrastructures. Drivers of electric vehicles know all too well the frustration of being unable to undertake long journeys given the lack of adequate chargers in many areas, particularly in the East Midlands, which has one of the fewest proportions of electric chargers per 100,000 people in the UK. And I know this investment will be welcome news to companies like Trent Barton, a bus operator serving my constituency, which wants to transition to a greener fleet of electric buses, but has been hampered by insufficient public infrastructure, including the high cost of connecting to the grid and a lack of adequate charging facilities available locally. This legislation must be a springboard not only for embracing the infrastructure we need today, but the infrastructure that we need tomorrow, and I want to see work done on hydrogen infrastructure in the light of that. But I also want to speak about people who feel anxious about change. This is nothing new. It's something that is as old as time itself. People in my constituency do have some concerns about the National Grid's proposed pylon upgrade between Chesterfield and Willington. And my ask to the government is this: please ensure that National Grid listens to people in Morley, Stanley, Ockbrook and Borough Wash, and that it makes changes where it is right to do so, so that it can deliver these projects with respect for communities. The concerns of communities cannot be dismissed, and while we must upgrade our electricity infrastructure to help us transition to net zero, deliver cheaper bills and energy independence, my role in this place is to speak up for people in mid-Derbyshire and ensure they are heard and respected. However, opposing all new infrastructure without collaborating to improve it may feel like a victory in the short term. The costs of failing to step up will be costs which are felt and borne by all, especially the next generation. Thank you.